In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 YieldMax funds I'm buying on the dip after the recent carnage we've experienced in the tech sector. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you an important update on Cornerstone, our largest holding in the portfolio. So we earn over $100,000 per year in dividends at this channel, and our performance and value shows that we're up 33% for the year. Okay, 33%. The S&P's up 15, the Dow's up 5, the Nasdaq's up 29. So we were up 50% for the year, but the market's had a pullback recently. We've been warning about this pullback. I've been saying still short Cornerstone, lighten up on your YieldMax positions, and we're still up 33%. Now we've taken a huge fall. The account has again dropped from being up 50%, but we're still beating all the indexes on a year-to-date basis. And I'm still living financially free out of my brokerage account. My dividends still come regardless of what the market's doing. All right. It's just that extra performance helps, of course, because you can always withdraw more money out of your account. If you need help living financially free out of your brokerage account, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. Obviously, I use margin at this channel. For every $1 you put in your account, you get $4 of purchasing power. Okay. I was at $1 million in purchasing power when we were at 500,000 in the account, and we're up 50% for the year. You can see my past videos on that. And now my purchasing power is still strong. It's still 800,000, even after the recent dip we've seen. Okay. And I have e-guides on how to use margin in your brokerage account. Okay. And I also have e-guides on how to play Cornerstone, which we'll discuss towards the end of the video. Okay. Our largest holding here. All right. So what are the 3 YieldMax funds I bought today? Well, I bought, first of all, I added to OARC. Okay, our 30,000 is the position that I want in OARC. As you know, I tie all of my positions to the indexes, and OARC to me is like the Russell 2000 or S&P Midcap Index. Okay, it's a glorified Russell 2000 or small cap to mid cap index. So you need to have growth in your portfolio, I believe, hyper growth, some speculation, some things to keep your portfolio exciting. And I anchor the rest of my portfolio around Cornerstone, this 500 grand approximately that you see there. And that's my secret to playing YieldMax funds, because they're so volatile. You can't anchor your portfolio to them. Okay. Plus they have high maintenance. So OARC, it has, as you can see here, 50% maintenance for all you newcomers to this channel. All right. As you can see, yeah, high dividend for OARC. Okay. No doubt about it. But the maintenance is 50%. So if I put 100,000 in OARC, 50,000 of my equity is taken up. Okay, that's the secret of maintenance. That's how I live financially free in my brokerage account. This number is not important. This is just your ego. Okay, when that goes up or down, it really doesn't change my lifestyle one bit. It's when this number fluctuates that you have to be careful with your spending habits out of your brokerage account. If you need help understanding maintenance better, email me for that margin e-guide at aikentod48@gmail.com. Okay, so the power of maintenance, okay, it's everything in your brokerage accounts. All right, and maintenance also signifies if something's risky or not. Okay, so when you have higher maintenance names, it means that potentially the volatility in your account could be higher. So you need to be aware of that, and you need to be aware of maintenance, because even if you're not using the margin that I use, which is about 240 grand down here, which I don't mind using because it's low interest, it's lower than credit cards or mortgages, and it doesn't show up on a credit check or on a, it doesn't show up, it only acts as qualifying income to banks. Okay, it doesn't show up as bad debt. And so I use margin for these reasons, and that's how I'm getting the performance that I get. And even when you're not in margin, though, you still need to be aware of maintenance, because when you're in margin, you really have to watch maintenance on these YieldMax funds. Okay, a lot of my clients are maxing out their margin right now, which my e-guides instruct not to do. They instruct you to be 10 to 30% in margin until you're comfortable with it, at least. And so a lot of people are maxing their income out because they like to see their income rise, this estimated income tab. I understand that. Okay, that's the number one goal in my day too, is to always find ways to increase this income number. Okay, and you can just hit the mouse, click the mouse, and you increase your income. How great is that? That's God bless America. You can grow your income with the click of a mouse like that and be financially free, but you have to do it right. Okay, you have to watch for high maintenance names. YieldMax, I just showed you, OARC is 50%. Okay, so I just added to Aptly as well. Okay, Aptly, it was 20,000 is my core position in it. I made past videos on that. And I just rebalanced Aptly with another 1,000. So I'm just nibbling away on longs. It's not like I'm buying 5K or 10K of anything at these lows. I just rebalance, okay? I just rebalance my core positions to what they should be. Aptly is a large percentage of the index. It's a large percentage of the indexes. It's 10% in the NASDAQ approximately. So I don't mind having it as a large weighting in my own portfolio. Okay, so I added to OARC, added to Aptly, and I also added to AMZ because Amazon, I believe, is still a value play. I've showed you in past videos the chart of Amazon. I think it's still a value play in some respects, even though it's had to move off the lows. And same for Google. Google's been holding up gooey. I didn't add to that today because look, we're not down enough in the cost position. We're only down 2% in gooey. That's not enough for me to add. And I wanted to add to AMZ once we got back to even in that cost position because we were up 10% in AMZ recently. So I got to add to these high quality FANG names that are also in the S&P and NASDAQ, and this is going to help with performance in my account, okay? But you can't put too much in your YieldMax funds, not only for maintenance reasons, but again, for beta reasons, okay? And then I also nibbled on Coney. Coney has pulled back significantly from the highs. It's still up big from the lows, but I'm adding to it. But I'm keeping a small amount in Coney because that's much more volatile. That's in the OARC fund, ARKK's fund, Kathy Woods, and that's Bitcoin. And you should have about 3 to 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, professionals believe. So I'm doing the same thing there, but just doing it through through Coney and Bito. Okay, BITO, but I haven't added to that today. Although I should explore adding about 300 since I'm down 10% in the cost position. Maybe I'll make another video on that this weekend. So I added to those YieldMax funds. Now, and again, if you need help understanding maintenance and margin and how to play not only basically YieldMax funds, but how to get the most out of your brokerage account and live financially free, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. Okay, so Cornerstone, here's where I wanted to segue in the video and share with you the update on Cornerstone, which again needs to anchor your portfolio. Even if you're a YieldMax fan and you don't like Cornerstone, you should look into it because Cornerstone is a 5-star fund, as you can see here on Morningstar, and it beats the indexes, okay? So, and it has a 21% dividend, right? So it's kind of like the YieldMax funds in the sense that it has a dividend that cash flows the investment over time. We anchor our investments with Cornerstone at all times, okay? And Cornerstone has a 21% dividend that drips its yield back at NAV, okay? And it's been all over the place today, all right? I was down 20,000 in my account this morning, okay? And then I was up 3,000, and then now I'm down 3. It's seeing a lot of distribution right now, a lot of selling back and buying back and forth because it's recently broken through a support line, just like the S&P broke below the 50, which I'll show you in 1 second. Here's the market price of Cornerstone. Here's the drip price down here at 6. So it drips its dividends down here at the NAV, 663. That's 17% gain. All these double-digit gains here are from the drips at the NAV each month, okay? 21% dividend, dripped not at the market price, doesn't reinvest the dividend here at 7. It reinvests down here at 6 for all you newcomers at this channel, okay? For all you guys who just like YieldMax funds, I anchor my performance with Cornerstone, okay? 4-star fund, 30% maintenance. Look at the maintenance on Cornerstone. It's only 30%, okay? And CLM's a 4-star fund. CRF is 5-star. Look at the maintenance on Cornerstone here, 30%, okay? The key with Cornerstone is you have to ask for the special drip. You have to call your broker and ask for it. And you have to learn how to time it around its rights offering, okay? Most closed-end funds have rights offerings every year. And if you want to get more income out of your account, you have to explore closed-end funds, all right? There are many out there. And they have rights offerings every year. And they drop their stock, the share price of the fund significantly. Okay, so when you go to my Discord, though, I alert you of the Cornerstone RO, okay? So this is our channel for the Cornerstone rights offering announcement, and we also have other channels here on Discord. We have hundreds of members in the community. We have all things margin related, daily portfolio recap, who has the best drip programs for Cornerstone, etc., etc. All right, and you get free access to Discord when you buy my e-guides, okay? So if you buy my e-guides, you get free access to Discord, and you get my phone number, so you can call me anytime. Cornerstone, I don't think there's anything to be worried about here. If you go to a chart of SPY, you'll see that it's broken its 50-day moving average, and to me, that's business as usual. The market needed to have a pullback. Again, we've been calling for the 50 when we were at 50% up in the portfolio, we were calling for a dip. Now we're at the 100-day moving average as we broke that 50, that purple line. So we blew through that. And Apple is a big holding of the market, and Apple has fallen significantly. And that could be why Cornerstone fell, because Apple's a large holding of Cornerstone, and Cornerstone broke below all the moving averages here. Just like the S&P blew through the 50, we blew through the 100 here. And we were due for our pullback from the highs. Cornerstone was relatively bulletproof for so long, kind of like Apple, and now it's had its pullback. That chart sort of resembles Apple, believe it or not. Go look at a chart of Apple and that steady incline upwards, the steady ascent, and you'll see that it kind of resembles Cornerstone. Now we're oversold. It's approaching buy territory. Last time we were oversold, Cornerstone rallied huge after. And so, every time we were oversold, you see subsequent rallies usually, and we're there again. So the account is going to be all over the place today. I was, again, down 20, okay? Then I was up 3, and then now I'm down 3,800. So I'm not worried about that because we're still beating the indexes. My goal is to stay in line with the indexes, and Cornerstone's just underperforming today a little bit because it has been outperforming before this. It's just been giving back gains. This was all due, and this was expected. And I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day to be up again 3,000 or to be down 10,000. Honestly, again, as long as I'm staying with my performance anywhere around 30%, whereas the market's up 30% too, then I'm in line with the indexes, okay? Cornerstone just playing catch up. All right, we've given back some really good premiums, and that's okay, all right? As long as my income doesn't change, then my lifestyle doesn't change, all right? So that'll do it for the video. If you have any questions on how I live financially free out of my brokerage account, email me, again, for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com, or leave comments in the section below. If you like the video, click like or subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.